Well, ladies and gentlemen, there are many, many more men and women I could introduce to you that I would call tremendous innovators working across this province and this country. But I think I've given you some idea today of what they have to offer. They can be trusted to enhance any firm's brand, image, or customer service. They can help just about any firm in this city or this country. And they want to, and they're ready to be full players in their economy. We simply need to open our economy to them. We are already moving in the right direction, and I want to tell you about two recent steps governments have taken. The federal government, in its budget, announced a $60 million fund for incubators and accelerators. And the government on Ontario, in its budget, announced the creation of Youth Entrepreneurship Fund and Youth Innovation Fund. Initiatives like these in Ontario will help create the right environment for business and people to succeed. They encourage the private sector to take risks, make the investment, create the jobs, and drive innovation. And the very best way to help young entrepreneurs is get their foot in the doors. Let me put it this way. It's fantastic that we are funding incubators and young startups because it helps them develop their company and their innovation. Now we need to hire them so they can put their innovation to the test. The Canadian economy is not particularly good at being an early adopter of innovation. We do not work easily with startup firms, but it's time that changes. I encourage you to learn more about the startups, visit local incubators, get a closer look up at the kinds of companies being incubated, reshape your RFP requirements so more of them can bid. The way RFPs are structured today, they often act as a structural barrier for startups. Young companies cannot complete the 100-page proposals or present tens of millions of dollars in insurance. And by the very definition, they do not have that long list of achievements. But they are ready to prove themselves, and they need a chance. I am friends with an entrepreneur who has worked in the Valley and most recently in Toronto. He is one of the most dynamic entrepreneurs I ever met. And he tells me that when he's in the Valley, he can get a meeting with a decision maker within 48 hours. He maintains it could be any firm, a bank, a tech company, or government offices, because the Valley knows how much they gain from startups. In the Valley, if you don't meet with the young startups, it's considered a lost opportunity. But in Toronto, he says, you're going to be lucky to get a meeting, and if you get one, it's 6 to 8 weeks at best. And that goes probably true for any city in Canada. So that's the gap we have to close, from 8 weeks to 48 hours. You heard these young entrepreneurs tell you about their businesses. You heard their clients. How many of their clients were Canadian? Very few. But there were some, and if you talk to these companies, they'll tell you what a great experience they've had. Whether it was with Hussein's Flybits and Metrolinx, whether it's with Jonathan's companies, whether it's with Chapters Indigo, who has also hired a DMZ company. By working with startups, these companies gain access to cutting-edge technology that helps them serve their customers better. These companies have learned what Silicon Valley has known for a long time. They learned that waiting 8 weeks is lost opportunity. 20 years ago, even as little as 10, sustainability was not part of our business values. Offices didn't recycle paper. No one really worried about reducing energy consumption. But today, we know being sustainable is not only the right thing to do, it's good business. 10 years from now, we will say the same thing about startups. Working with startups is the right thing to do, and it's good for business, it's good for our economy, and it's great for our future. Thank you.